Hi, Raylene. I think we need to have this discussion of what's going on behind the scenes in Maui. There's a lot of suspicious things that are happening, and I'll talk about those at the end. But I want to present some articles. These I obtained from realrawnews.com, so you can go look them up for yourself and read the rest of the articles. This one is Military Arrest FEMA Deputy Administrator Eric Hooks, dated August 22nd, on Saturday. The article says that he was arrested on charges of treason, alleging in a 34-page indictment that he and his boss, Diane Criswell, ordered agents in Maui to deny fire victims food and water, to inhibit civilian relief efforts, to stop by any means necessary displaced persons from exiting fire-ravaged Lahaina, and to dispose of bodies as discriminately as possible. A source in General Eric M. Smith's office told Real Raw News, "I can vouch that this was happening. We talked to boat operators who are trying to get supplies into Lahaina because roads are barricaded. People were blocked off from coming and going, and they were held at gunpoint. Some of their loads were confiscated from them. The boat ramps were taken over, not allowing drones or aerial coverage, even though some of it did come through, trying to block people out. Now they're even putting up screens so people can't see what's going on in this area. A lot of suspicious things happening." So let's keep reading. A central piece of evidence, our source said, is a typewritten memo bearing Hooks and Criswell's signatures. In it, the text encourages FEMA supervisors in Maui to either incinerate or discreetly bury the dead. The memo's sinister language, "entomb them deep," is emblematic of FEMA's wanton disregard for human life. Let's keep reading. Although no part of the letter specifically tells FEMA and Maui to execute civilians, Marines on the scene have reportedly found 250 bullet-filled corpses whose wounds are consistent with small arms used by FEMA and the FBI. Other sources said mass grave sites near Lahaina proved that FEMA personnel were following Hooks and Criswell's instructions. As reported Saturday, Marines caught FEMA operatives piling corpses into a mass grave site at the Maui Forest Reserve. More disturbing, the letter was dated August 5th, 3 days before the August 8th fires began, meaning FEMA is either clairvoyant or had foreknowledge of a premeditated crime. Please go check out some of my other videos. I also have another article I'm going to share with you in this video, but I have a personal friend who was in Lahaina the day before the fires, and he took an image of people are saying that this is a military submarine, and tourist operators in the area who have lived there for a long time said they have not seen anything like that before. I also shared a video of a man named Fish who lived in the Lahaina area. He worked and serviced tourists through making handcrafted items, said that police were barricading exit points in Lahaina, and there's other reports from people who are there saying that they were barricaded in the city and not able to get out. And the ones who did get out they broke through the barricades. Why were people locked in? If you've ever been in Lahaina, you know it's a very difficult city to get out of on a good day, and let alone during a catastrophe like this, a mass fire event. This is another article dated as of August 24th, which is the day of the recording of this video. Marines arrest 67 Maui perpetrators. Maui's top emergency management official, Herman Andaya, had only one key responsibility: sound the island's 80 siren alarm system, a blaring klaxon that would have encouraged confused and injured islanders to at once flee the fire-ravaged areas. He could have triggered the warning from any of the island's civil defense shelters or with a single phone call. But while Lahaina burned, he was 100 miles away in Honolulu, where he and FEMA Mission Support Associate Administrator Eric Leckie enjoyed poached swordfish and pricey alcohol. Continuing on, it says that he was... General Smith commanded his arrest on Tuesday on treason charges days after he resigned amid public criticism for not sounding the alarm. And just to be on the record, the governor and him are fully standing by his choice to not sound the alarm, which resulted in at least, I would say, over 1,300 deaths of humans, not to mention, I believe, at least over almost 600 animals. And he defended his decision, saying that people are so dumb that they would run right into the fires because they would think it was a tsunami, even though it's documented that this alarm system is for any type of warning, for fires, for missiles, for anything going on. And he was apprehended at Dillinger Airfield on the northwest tip of Oahu while awaiting the arrival of a Cessna 310 to ferry him to Kauai for unknown reasons. He reportedly tried to abscond on foot but was quickly subdued and arrested. There is some footage. It says footage is definitive. It shows Andaya giving Eric Leckie a tour of Lahaina, advising him where to set up barricades to keep citizens trapped in what would become the disaster zone. Most of what we have come from citizens who escaped FEMA's blockade, our source said. And you can go read the rest of this article. But again, there are many reports of people who are on the ground saying that there were blockades set up all over the city during these fires. Why would that be? No alarms went off. Water was turned off, so they couldn't fight the fires. Local citizens who had their own water trucks were working to fight the fires. They had water in their water trucks, and that was it. In addition, no cell service. It was a complete blackout zone. No internet, no water, no electricity. So what were these people to do? And then after this horrible tragedy happened and it was a complete blackout, I live in Kihei, and we had no idea that Lahaina was burning to the ground and that these fires were this out of control because we were not receiving alerts either. And Maui tends to send alerts for every little thing, yet during this huge catastrophe where 5 fires happened to start all at once on the same day at different parts of the island very far from each other, no alerts, no power, no water. It is extremely suspicious. Kids home from school, submarine in the water the day before that was determined. Some people say that it was a military submarine. Go look for yourself in my video and make your own opinion on that. And some people are saying that this is ludicrous and this is not true. I do believe that this is actually happening behind the scenes. I think we're in the middle of the apocalypse, which is a great unveiling where the darkness and the dark strongholds that have been taking over humanity for many thousands of years are finally being exposed. And this is ground zero. All eyes are on Maui. We need to keep investigating. And now what are they going to do? They're going to put up dust screens around Lahaina so nobody can view the area. And they wanted everybody out of that area. You could leave, but you couldn't go in. Why? Why did they want this? There's so many suspicious things that have happened with all of this. The cover-ups of the numbers. They're still reporting death tolls of less than 200 people. We know it is well over 1,000 people, yet why aren't they being honest and upfront about this? There's a report that over 183 bodies or 183 washed up on the island of Lanai, yet media silence on this. And then reports like this, people like me who are reporting we're getting shadow banned, our stuff is getting deleted, and it's not, why are they suppressing it? It doesn't make any sense. So I would love to know your thoughts. If this resonates with you, please share it. If it doesn't, then I guess just pass it by and ignore it. But I think more and more is going to keep coming out. We will start to see beyond the veil, the things that have been hidden from us. And hopefully by now, it's pretty clear that the government was a mass failure at this catastrophe. At every turn, they were trying to stop any type of aid, and the only aid that the people really received, and the people on the ground receiving the aid can vouch for this, was the local grassroots efforts. The people here on the ground that were not affiliated with the government are the ones who made this happen, and this could have been a much worse disaster, and it was already completely catastrophic. Unheard of. For over 1,000 people to die in a fire in 2023? Look at the last time there was a death toll that high in a fire, when there were barricades and a complete blackout. This is pure insanity. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Please share, get the word out on this. And again, this is from realrawnews.com. Take it or leave it, whatever position you choose on this.